Welcome to Soccer as We Like It, the Man United Direction, the channel for United and football fans, the best fan channel in the United States. Joining us today is, again, we have to discuss in reference to Team United have just been destroyed at home. Joining me today from UK is the one and only, the analyst, Bim. Welcome to the show. A late show today. And representing USA from Tampa, the Globetrotter and our ambassador, Devin. Welcome to the show.
Hey
Tottenham
guys, thanks for having me
Hotspurs
on.
3, Manchester United nil at Old Trafford. United concedes 3 goals in the second home defeat of the season without no reply. I mean, this was embarrassing. It was obliteration from minute 2. Guys, talk to me. What the F happened today? I'm going to start with Devin.
Uh, Ange got his tactics correct against us. We knew that Spurs were going to play the high line. Um, it's been blatantly clear that as much as Ten Hag tries playing out the back, we are not good at it. Ange picked up on it right from the get-go, pressing our back line, and we could barely string 5 passes together. To be very honest, we were extremely sloppy. And it's quite shocking after midweek, after the draw, when Ten Hag flat out said the players have to give 100%. They did it in that match. And you come out today and they all look like they were hungover today. Spurs wanted it more. And it, it's shocking, to say the least. Back-to-back 3-0 defeats at Old Trafford, that is ridiculous.
Bim, you have a solemn look on your face,
Yeah.
as in you look depleted.
I was depleted last season. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I was depleted last season. I did not want him here this season, and
I understand that.
and I know they were looking for a new manager back then, and it's a shame they never found one. And they took a gamble and gave him another contract. But yes, every team definitely wants it more. This team, when I look at this team play, I don't think they play for him anymore. I didn't see them play for him last season. So they've lost belief in him. And I think the manager's main purpose is to not only implement a style of play, but also make the team believe that they are the best players out there in the world, or their system is one of the
Sure,
best, and
I agree.
they're a great team. And you've got to put your arm around everyone, and you've got to make them believe. You've got to inspire them. And I don't think Ten Hag has any of this. He has some foolish sense of self, thinking that, you know, basically players are robots. You just deploy them, go and play and do your thing. But there's a lot more to management. You've got to motivate your players. You've got to make them believe. You've got to inspire them. You've got to coach them. You've got to help them with their setbacks. You've got to help them with their difficulties. You've got to help them in all walks of life. You know, you've got to be like that overall
Right.
rounded manager who can,
Definitely.
attend
Definitely.
to everything. And he almost treats these players like robots, and like, they've got no character, no personality, no emotions, nothing. They just, my way, program, write a program, deploy team, go play, beat Spurs, doesn't work. It's like that, and it's just he wouldn't inspire me. Just listening to him in his press
Right.
conferences does not
Right.
inspire me. Has not inspired me.
Right.
So yeah,
where do we
all
go
of
from
the
here?
above.
Where do we go from here?
Ineos have to pull the plug. The only thing you can do now is to remove this fraud. And I know that's the word that's going around now, but even my Ajax friend, and I think you met him before,
Yeah.
Mike, his name is. He said that he's been watching our games, because obviously I spoke to him a lot when Ten Hag was coming here. I said, "What's he like?" And he said he's very stubborn. He's extremely stubborn. But he's been watching our journey for the past 2 years, and he said he's been making the same excuses, and he hasn't changed anything. And he's not getting. He's had 5 transfer windows. He's bought in a lot of players, but he can't get the best out of anyone.
And
You
most
can't
of
get
these
the
are
best
all
out of your.
his players. These are his choices, his selection, his
These are
players.
his choices, yeah. So really, he's just making excuses, buying time, saying, "I need more players. I need my players. I need players to do this." I think we've got a decent squad.
Devin, was the game bad before Bruno got sent off, or is it an easy excuse to say, "Oh, we were 10 men"? What's
We
your
were
take
going
on
to
it?
lose that match regardless if Renault was sent off or not. And one thing that I always stick by is I will always support a manager until he loses the dressing room.
Right.
And I am at that point now where I think it's gone now, to be very honest.
Right.
I remember we also, like last week, we came on here and we all said, if this was a bad result today,
Yes.
writing could be on the wall for him.
Yes. We agreed that. We agreed
So,
that.
I mean, normally I do not like to agree with ESPN FC commentators.
Yes.
Shaka Hislop hit the nail on the head.
Oh God, what did he say?
It's not if, but when he gets a sack.
Oh boy. What did
But
our friend
hey, a broken
Craig
clock
Burnley
is
say?
right twice a day. So
I've
he's
got a
right.
question for you, Devin.
Yeah.
Do you feel that he only lost the dressing room today? Or have you only noticed it today? Honestly.
Today is when it's today's the day that
Today,
I can't fight it. I can't fight it anymore. If I'm trying to go back to when I think it could have happened, I don't know because I actually thought like go to Crystal Palace. I thought they played well.
yes, we agreed that. We
I
saw the
I
stats.
really thought they played well. It was just Dean
Yes.
Henderson had a
Could
massive
not finish. Right.
Um,
But the next game was FC20.
maybe you could say they were upset at what Ten Hag said after the Europa match against 20.
Upset about
I
what? These
I
guys
don't know.
are so weak.
I don't know, but I
Oh,
could see it clear as day today. So I don't know them.
okay.
I can't tell you when it started, man.
Okay. Look at the
The
first
th-
goal. The first goal.
Hmm.
Sorry, Vim. The first goal. Rashford loses the ball and keeps running blank and not coming. Like, how do you lose the ball and still keep
gave up.
going without the
He just
ball?
he
Then
just
just
gave
took
up.
off. Then just took off.
Exactly. The guy just took
Yeah.
off, went backwards, and you're still there. I mean, who does that? And I don't know the defense. I don't know how they arrange themselves. It's like no one is aware of it. That goal was so simple, bro. So simple.
How many times have we conceded that cutback goal? How many times?
Oh boy,
But we're completely wide open in the middle.
too much.
You know,
Well,
yeah,
the midfield
The
today
problem
was
there
poor.
is when you want to play Bruno high up alongside Xerxes, now we have that imbalance in the midfield, and you think that we're going to be fine with 2 versus 3 or 2 versus 4.
Ain't happening. I'm actually thinking this sending off it might be a blessing in disguise because
I've been
he's
saying that as well too.
pre-match ban. Pre-match ban. He ain't coming back
But
to
he
the problem
deserves
is
a
that
break.
we're
He
gonna
deserves a break.
we're still gonna see him play on Thursday now.
yeah for the Europa games he will play, but in the Premier League games he's not playing. Good, I'm glad. But do you think that got or do you think that was a red card,
Yes.
Vim?
I
bit
think
harsh?
I think it would be challenged. And the reason I think it would be challenged is because he was slipping. He did a stupid thing by sticking his foot up anyway,
Yes.
even though
Correct.
you can't stop him. But he slipped, and you can see his left foot gave way, but his right leg came up, which made contact. And I think that
And
was
that
stupid of him
Spurs
to
guy,
do
he
that.
made a meal out of it. Believe me.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
any
as you
player would do
should,
that.
yeah. So I think there is a case to be heard about him slipping and therefore not an intentional red card, and I think it will be challenged. I thought it was a little bit harsh. I thought he got a second yellow before that, but which I thought
it
I'd
was
missed.
straight
I thought, how come he's getting a straight red?
Straight
I
red.
know when you show your studs, definitely that is very dangerous, but it was such a subtle.
Second goal.
But
The second goal.
the
Second
thing
goal. It's like bloody hell, mate.
I still
It's
I
like
still
the first
that
one.
was a straight red. I still think he could have done more to try to avoid the contact. And the way
Yeah.
his foot came up recklessly. And we all know it. Anytime you're up that high and your studs are showing, the way how the refs are nowadays, they're
Yeah.
going to call that every single time. So you can't. I mean, I can't. I can't fight. I can't fault the ref for calling it. And I know
No.
if that was against us, all of us would have been screaming for a red card as well.
Yeah.
I agree.
But the thing is that even the most tiniest of contact, the foot makes contact with the leg, people just go down screaming.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I
if
think
his
it's
stud was down, if his studs were down, yes.
Yeah.
All day.
Well,
But
it went,
know
it
how
showed, it like
when the
that.
foot is high and the studs are showing like that, and you make contact, it doesn't matter.
It don't matter. You're going straight off, mate.
Yeah.
But now that he's going to be missing 3 Premiership games, I think United need to start to figure out a way because did Mason Mount make an impact? Not really.
No.
I thought
He
Garnacho
got booked
tried.
right away.
And he got injured again.
Yeah.
So
Another
he's
concussion.
going to go and join Luke's show on holiday for the next 4 months.
So I thought Garnacho tried for 90 minutes. He kept pushing and trying, even though some of it didn't come off. But the not give up. Rashford, I'm sorry. David, something is really wrong with this guy. There's something very wrong.
it's.
Second half, he just gave up completely. He just gave up.
Do you know, like, something that I said when he got that big contract that I was afraid of, and I called it the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang syndrome.
Mhm.
So if you remember anybody for going back, I was watching this with Arsenal, Aubameyang was going for that big contract,
Yeah.
was scoring left and right, got the big payday, and all of a sudden just down tools,
The down tools can't be asked.
And
Him.
I mean,
Done.
it's starting to get to the point where it's like, how old is he now? 26, 27?
26. So it's not even a case of he's still young.
Exactly.
Nah.
Exactly. And you're still putting your head down and dribbling straight out of bounds and stuff like that. I mean, the second things start going bad, it's like it's remnants. It's like he's remnants of what the old squad was like, where they had.
Yeah.
And I'm really starting to believe that Bruno is in that same category as well, where they just cannot be coached. Because
I think so.
I mean, this is 3 matches in a row I've seen Bruno being incredibly wasteful, and today he cost us drastically.
Before he got sent off, he was making wrong passes, mate.
And he's the captain of the team.
You know who I want them to make captain? They need to make Delete the captain of the team, because these ones here, I really don't know, because Bruno, to me, I think he's done. I'm sorry, I'm a big Bruno fan, but today's performance, and he's been struggling, actually proper struggling. His passes have been woeful, wasteful, and today was just an example of, like, you know what? You need the 3-match ban. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Just go, serve your ban. We went through FC20 on Wednesday. Did they do enough to win that game? Could have won the game. Wasteful again in front of goal. Okay, fine. Individual error by Ericsson, the guy. I get it. But today it is Spurs. We're both on 7 points. No Son. Son was not playing. No Son. And you could not even beat them. No, mate. I don't know. The Eric Ten Hag in. That is looking very. I don't think this guy might make Christmas, bro. I don't think he might even make Halloween.
I don't even think he's making an international break if he even makes it past tomorrow.
I don't think he's making Halloween, mate, which is 4 weeks time.
Oh, it's even like I said, the international break is in 2 matches. I don't even like I said, if he's even in the job come Thursday for our next match, that is a miracle right now.
Wow.
And I really like I try to be as optimistic as possible.
Yes, you have
I really do. But I mean, it's even to a point now where I was trying to be so like unbiased towards him that I think I would end up being biased in the long run because of it. And I was really trying to like look for any way, and I just right now I cannot see it. And I'm not gonna sit out here. I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like creating an agenda, posting all over social media, because I'm never happy to see a manager sacked, because that means that everything's going wrong. So it's one of those now where it's like, you know what? Thank you for everything. Give him his payoff, and it just did not work out.
Thing is, though, right? If you've got £1 billion squad and you've had 5 transfer windows and you spent £620 million, and your team still doesn't look like they're playing for you. It's indefensible. You can't. There's nothing that anyone can do to save Ten Hag. The writing's on the wall, and it was on the wall last season. I could see that they stopped playing for him. They just don't believe him. I kept saying it so many times last year that they don't even go and celebrate with the guy. They score a goal. No one embraces Ten Hag. It's like there's a complete divide there. You see, players play for Pep. Players play for Klopp. When they score, they go and hug their manager, embrace him. They go and celebrate together. They're like a family. They're a team together. There's always been this divide. No one goes and celebrates with Ten Hag. Did you never notice that?
I mean, I noticed it, but I used to think
it's down to
I think it's down to the individual players who want to go to the touchdown and celebrate. I try to think that is, but my point here, what I'm worried about now is, with everything Ineos puts the whole new structure, the players he wanted, why is he still failing? Why is he still failing? What is the problem? Is it because he wanted, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. I want that shirt, I want that suit, I want this. Why?
I think you've got to have a full 11 that believe in him. And if 5 believe in him and the others don't, right, then I think your system will fail.
It's like he believes in Rashford. Rashford doesn't believe in him.
Rashford doesn't believe in him. Rashford's
but he believes in Rashford.
He believes in Rashford. He just thinks, well, Rashford has a good game now and then. He can score goals like he did in the first season. I need to just take a risk with him. Did you see that second goal when Casemiro didn't even try to win that ball?
Correct.
Yeah.
You saw it. He kind of like almost, it looked so dodgy the way he did it because he went forward, but he almost like purposely misjudged it so it would go behind him and let the other player take it. From that point onwards, within 2 or 3 passes, there was a goal. I was thinking either Casemiro is really bad,
But the
he's a
funny thing,
terrible
he even
player, or
played
he
better.
purposely missed that ball to allow Tottenham to attack.
He
And I've
played
seen
better
it
than the
once or twice.
midfield. When he came in the second half, Casemiro was making forward passes more
Yeah,
for them
yeah,
to
yeah,
move. He
yeah. But
did
I
play,
don't
it
think his
wasn't
heart's
bad.
in it. I don't think his heart's in it. I know he wanted to score a goal and he was gutted he missed that one, but
Mm.
you can't make it too obvious when you're causing sabotage in your own team. And I don't think he's the only one that causes sabotage. I
So,
think few others do it as well. I don't think Kobe Minu believes in Ten Hag
so
because
now
Kobe
today,
Minu is suffering now because of Ten Hag
yeah.
system.
So today we have lost at home 3-0 to Spurs, who ain't even a great side. Let's call it as it is. They ain't great. But where does Man United as a team go from here? Okay, take Ten Hag out of the question. The players themselves, where's the accountability? I mean, what is wrong with these people? Are they so weak? Okay, you can see the goal in 2 minutes at home. Okay, you got 89 minutes to pull the game, man. What the hell?
There's a big job.
How many managers have we seen this done to? And they're
Nearly all
still
of them.
and then here's the thing right now. Out of the players, who's still left from like when this first started? Like,
The,
let's go to
the,
probably I think Jose or Van Hall
Hmm,
time frame. The only one left that back from that is Rashford. I
hmm.
mean, Bruno came in under Ole's
Ole,
radar. Yeah.
yes.
And you're just seeing a trend every single time as well. You could include Lindelof in there as well.
Yeah, Lindelof is
I
Jose.
think he came
Jose.
under Jose, I think.
Yes.
It's just you're seeing this trend, and all the time, these players do this how often, and they get rewarded with these gigantic contracts. Like you're expecting a 300,000 a week, but you're playing like you're worth 20 a week,
Exactly.
and it's so frustrating.
I mean, I'm looking at Chelsea fans blowing my phone up. We got Sancho, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even bother myself, man.
he's actually playing well.
And he's playing very well because
Yeah,
he fits that system.
yeah. Well, or not only even the system, but he's in an environment where
Rayfield.
it's not so toxic, where it's not so negative, where people have belief, where there's a good feeling. There's a good atmosphere, there's a good vibe, and I probably think there's a quite a toxic atmosphere in our club.
There is.
That you're surrounded by people who don't want to play for the manager. You're surrounded by
Who do they
people who
want to
are
play for?
there.
Who do they want to play
No,
for?
but
I'm just getting tired
we
of
don't
who
know
do they
that.
want to play for?
We don't know that. No, we'll never know that. But
No,
there's an
we will
atmosphere in the
tentatively
club.
know.
There's an atmosphere in the club where people don't play for the manager. People are there for just milking the club
Retirement
for
money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Luke Shaw and others who are just there because they're there for the money.
Mhm.
Others on big contracts who don't really want to play. We've had it time and time again, and ultimately the manager is thrown under the bus.
Mm.
So manager comes in, he has a good season or a good half season, and then it all starts to go wrong. So trying to change that whole mentality and the culture of the club is difficult for anyone. I don't think anyone's going to come in and just make it, fix it from day one. And this problem that we've got is systemic. It's been there, as you say, from a long time from Rashford. Even if you got rid of all the original players, other players learn bad behavior from others.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like you go
Yeah.
into a school, a child starts behaving badly because others are behaving badly. That bad kid initially leaves, but the bad behavior is still in the class.
Yeah.
So we've got bad behavior at our club,
It's a culture.
which is breeding. Others are picking up this bad behavior and think, well, Rashford's gone now, Luke Shaw's gone now, Maguire's gone now, but I saw everyone behaving badly and getting away with it. So I'll just continue with it. And
So
it's almost subconscious as well sometimes.
so
I
we are
don't
now
think they
in
always intentionally do it.
6 games in, 7 points, which is out of 18. We have already dropped 11, and we are -3 goal deficit. Right?
You know what the crazy part is right now? We're still 6 points off top four at this point.
because of the
Where
draws,
we
Man
are,
City.
yeah, but have you seen how far we are from the relegation zone?
Amazing. We are closer to relegation than we are to
Yeah.
top four right now.
Yeah.
So, Devin, are you expecting Ineos to pull the plug now and appoint Ruud van Nistelrooy?
See. This is where, for the interim basis, yes, I would say that. So like right now, I was telling people I wouldn't be surprised if right now Ruud is already thinking about what he's going to play for Thursday. What I worry about with Ineos is, you remember who was they were actively flirting with during the summer?
Wasn't it Tuchel?
Michelle,
No.
Gareth
Who?
Southgate.
Yes.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
That would be a big
Hell
mistake.
That
no.
is that is my that's a
Hell
slight
no.
fear that I have.
I'm hoping they're not stupid enough to hire him.
So I mean, Tuchel's available. I know I asked
Southgate's
this question.
available.
I asked
Even
this question last week,
Potter's
like
still
if Ten Hag was
available.
gone.
Potter's still available, isn't he?
No,
Who?
who did you say?
Potter's still available.
We don't
No,
want Poch.
no, absolutely not.
Devin's absolutely not.
Don't want
The
Poch.
only two, I really thought about it. Like after I asked that question, you guys brought up names. I agree with Tuchel or the sporting manager,
Yeah. And
Okay.
is it sporting manager?
Ruben Alvarez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a sporting manager. Okay, so thankfully, I thought he's Porto, so we don't
But
face
this
him on
this is
Thursday.
my concern. This is my concern with him, man, Devin. We get a new manager. He gets rid of the players he does not want, right? Brings his own players. So we now have a surplus of players who are not needed. He say, okay, only if they tell him this is what you have, work with this. That can't be the only. But if he's gonna say, I need A, B, C, D to implement my system, I'm gonna bring players from Sporting with me, like 3 or 4. Then all this surplus we have, what happens? That's the
You better be
I
praying that Saudi wants some of those players. You can do like what Liverpool did with their excess players.
Hmm.
I think it's less about playing your favorites and so on. It's creating really healthy competition at team. That's what's been missing. I think once the mindset of the club changes, whereby you start playing for the club and you compete with 2 or maybe 3 players for that spot, and I will play the best players on merit. Then you start creating healthy competition, and it's not about I'm Ten Hag's old boy because I played in the Ajax, or I'm Ruben's old favorite because of Sporting. It's not about all these favorites and playing these kind of silly games. It's about playing competitively and being challenged for your position. I think that whole atmosphere, that whole mindset has to change with the players, and that's the most challenging thing I think for the next manager. Making really healthy competition within the club,
Right.
the way that City and Liverpool do, and I think
Right.
Chelsea are starting to implement
Arsenal.
that as well. Oh, especially Arsenal as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
Arsenal have done it, and all that nonsense about I'll decide if I want to have a good game or today or not. No, you have a good game. You apply yourself 100%, or you're not playing the next game. It's got to be
100%.
that, and also there's got to be sanctions from upper management. If you start pissing around in the game, you get sanctioned for it somehow. I don't know what clubs do, but
You could
the
do like
whole
Well, that would be seen as
fines for
overstepping the
non-performance.
manager. That might be seen as overstepping the manager. And
no, it's supporting the manager because the manager can only do so much in terms of coaching, system, and team selection.
right,
But if a player starts messing around, then he needs to be sanctioned. So there's got to be some performance targets or something like
right.
that. So what did you say, David?
I think they do fines for non-performance.
Non-performance, yeah. Yeah.
So everything today you've seen, David. What are you grading United on a scale of 1 to 10? The team performance. Forget the sending off from whistle 1 to whistle 95 minutes, whatever.
Maybe a 2,
2. Fair enough.
and that's lucky. That's a lucky 2.
Vim?
1. Oh,
One.
no, I would probably even a 0.5. I mean, I was harsh against the game against Crystal Palace, and you guys were surprised, but I can see that the system just doesn't work. It just breaks down. Possession doesn't matter unless
I
you
think Spurs
have
had more possession than us
have some
at home.
creativity. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had 39%, 37%
Let me
overall.
see if I can find that here.
But there's no creativity. There's players still
Today was a very
lost.
bad game. It was poor. It was
But
very
even
poor.
Crystal Palace, I know that
Spurs
we
has
kept
61.4% possession.
so
Yeah.
39 for us. Guys,
No.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. So
Yeah,
even that can we say that's based on the 10 men, or what would you think, Tim, David? Was it because of 10 men that they had more possession, or it would have made a difference?
It wouldn't have made a difference because they still had a lot of possession even before the sending off.
There you go. That answers all questions, mate.
Did you guys notice though? Our midfield picks it up, right? Kobe, Ogate, Bruno, whoever it is, even Martinez picks up the ball. He doesn't have any options to pass the ball to.
Correct.
It's like they have to go back because the players at the next level are behind the Tottenham players. So almost the passes are not available.
Yeah.
And so Kobe's trying to force it through a gap.
Mhm.
Bruno's
And the
trying
players-
to pass it over. Martinez doesn't give away the ball a lot, but he gave it a lot today. Because the players not making themselves available.
Yes.
If you watch City, the players come to you to receive the
Garnacho,
ball.
especially down that left side. There was no support at times. Two guys on him.
Yeah, but why are they doing that? Why are they playing that way? Because they're coached to play that way. City players will come towards you. I love it when a player comes towards you to receive the ball. Then you do the 1-2,
United
1-2,
players
and
wait
then you
for the ball to get
progress
to
it.
them.
Yeah, but as Kobe or someone picks it up, the other players are too far away. So you can't progress the ball forward. And it kept happening time and again. And that's why we kept turning the ball over. And Ten Hag was questioned about that, about turning the ball over. And he goes, I don't see that. Whatever you say, I don't see that. He's in total denial.
He's like, I heard someone say, we're on the Titanic heading to the iceberg. If he's getting closer to the iceberg, if he does not steer this ship away in the next 2 turns, he's going right through it. And that means goodbye, mate.
Did you know that Ten Hag bans journalists that criticize him from the press conferences?
Well, I mean, Fergie did the same thing. So
Fergie did the same thing.
Yeah, but he can't. Okay, so I understand that. That's probably
and Fergie was a serial winner, so he don't.
It was a serial winner, yeah. But Ten Hag, basically, he will say, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see your point of view," and then then you don't see that journalist again, unless there's tier 1 journalists that always have access to the press conferences. But I'm reading reports that he's getting rid of more and more.
I don't
because criticism is becoming so great.
But the only way to shut up your critics is by delivering on the field.
Yes.
They've given you a structure. They've given the players you said you wanted. What the fuck is the problem?
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh. Did you ever know you had a company called Accenture, right? So their tagline, is high performance delivered. High performance delivered. Man United is complete opposite of that. Low performance
undelivered. Ken, are you with us?
Yes, yeah. I'm just trying to sort out my camera. I don't know why it's not coming on. Yeah.
It's the full
system's broken, isn't it, Kevin? System's broken.
Spurs have broken your system. No, we were at the pub with a Spurs fan who was, I think he had too much to drink, saying Spurs is a better club. He actually had the audacity and the effrontery to say Spurs have won more trophies than United. I think that's what a United fan just like, you know what, we are done here.
Is that on FIFA or something? Must be FIFA.
They've never won champions, man, please. I think he had too much to drink. He celebrated the win, but to say Spurs have won more trophies than United, I think that was a slap. And United were already pissed off with this result. That they just went after it, like, you know what, F off.
Historically, we have a good history in terms of scoring against Spurs.
Historically does not matter right now.
Yeah, but generally, I was looking at all the previous.
Every single time we say historically, we find a way to
we break
new stats
records
on the negative side.
But I was looking at last 7 games. We've actually had a good record against Spurs.
Yeah,
but not today.
2002, I went to Old Trafford. I went to White Hart Lane with my dad. Yeah, and my dad's a season ticket holder for Spurs. Spurs were leading 3-0 half time. Spurs were dancing. I was wearing a blue shirt. I had to cover my United shirt. First half, you know what the final score was? United won 5-3.
7-0.
5-3.
5-3.
Ah, right. Yeah.
United came back. Veron, Andy Cole, Laurent Blanc, Beckham, and Van Nistelrooy got 5 goals in the second half.
Yeah. So there's fight. There's
There's
fight in that team to come back. This team has no
3-0
fight
down in the first
anymore.
half.
This team has no fight.
No.
Sorry, Tim, allow my other account, please. I'm just trying to, yeah.
All right.
Sorry, go.
Is it Kenny G, the other one?
Okay. Who's this one?
Kenny O and Kenny G.
Let's see if it'll work now. Yes,
Kenny Hoodie Boy. What is that?
Recording in progress.
Getting some.
Okay.
Coming up.
Are you ready now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have two
some
of you
echo here, man.
Okay. Which one do you want to take out?
Kenny
Okay. We're good. Ken, Mr. Fortress, welcome to the show. We're on a fast path today, and we're not gonna be long. We're gonna be quick because you guys are late in UK. Sorry about that. I know, Mr. Fortress, it was Old Trafford. United got hammered, destroyed, decapitated, whatever you want to call it. 3-0 at home. Where do you stand on this? And what was your take on the game, quickly, Blade?
Well, what else?
Joe is scared. He said he can't face you guys today. He's not showing up.
Really?
Yeah, Vim and
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he said you guys you scared him. He's
What was that?
Ten
Was
Hag
that
is
not showing up?
Joe, and Joe said nah. He said then London boys, he can't handle that today.
Well, Joe's a Marine. He should be able to handle anything.
not when you're fighting a losing argument.
Joe was scared of Kenneth, Kay, and Vim. He said then three. He said nah. He said today it's not going to be. That's because I said initially you're going to host the game today, the show today. I said nah. He said nah. Me and Ben are going to go get something to eat. I don't think I can make it. Then London boys, I can't handle it today. That's all right.
I think he knows the writings on the wall. You can't defend Ten Hag anymore.
If you watch the fan reaction we did after the game, he was upset, he was angry, he was cursing. He actually joined you guys to say he wants Ten Hag done. I'll post it in the chat. You'll see later. Ken, talk to me, brother. What went wrong, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it wasn't expected. I mean, yeah. What else is there?
2 minutes goal. Bloody hell,
yeah,
mate.
yeah. I think the summary of everyone knows the writings on the wall now. It's just it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of time now.
Just like David said.
I can't see us beating. Porto are going to be all over us, and then we've got Villa away. They drew today, so this is another chance to get 3 points for them. So they're going to be on it. I mean, that's it. What else can we say? I don't even want to talk about the team because the red card had no bearing to the game. Spurs should have been 4-0 up by then. They should have been 4-0 up before that red card. And it was out of sheer frustration that Bruno had to do what he had to do. Because, let's face it, had he not done that, they probably would have countered and scored. So the red card had nothing to do with the result. It's just it's just terrible.
If he sacks before the Euro game, you won't be surprised.
I won't be surprised. I mean, I'm expecting the news tomorrow morning. You know, if Ineos have anything about
then you see what we...
No. It's seriously though. If Ineos have, because right now, this is what I mean about when you guys say give him time. This guy's on serious money. If he gets sacked, if you, God forbid, you lose your job now, Tim, your family's gonna struggle, right?
Yeah.
If he loses his job, he gets paid 10 million.
Yeah.
Is that how much it is? Is it 10 million compensation?
Yeah, because he just signed a new contract.
It's like the extension. So
yeah. So why are we feeling sorry? Why are we
don't
feeling
you have
sorry
to pay off the rest of his contract? He's on £9 million a year now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be a lump sum. I don't know if they can choose to pay it in a lump sum or they can choose to pay it in installments, but he's still going to be loaded. So why are we feeling?
If you fail your PIP, then does it mean you still get full pay? If you fail your PIP,
the performance improvement plan.
Performance improvement plan. He's failing it.
I don't know if he's on PIP. I don't know.
So Ken, let me ask you this: we gave him the structure, right? He has the new structure, which other managers never had, right?
Yep.
We gave him the players he said he wanted,
players.
right?
Yep.
So what is the effing problem?
He's just not good enough for this league. Some managers, you just have to put your hand. They're not good enough to manage in this league. Let's
Really?
look at the Ajax. When he was at Ajax, he was just very fortunate to have a good young team. Now that
Right.
you got good young teams struggled in big games. If you look at yes, they went to Real Madrid and beat Real Madrid, but Real Madrid were kind of in chaos at the time. If you look at the Champions League semi-final they got to, they were 2-0 up
Yeah.
and they ended up losing 3-2.
Yeah.
That's not good. You're 2-0 up at home. Don't
That
forget
was
they
a
went to
Van
Spurs.
der Beek team. Van der
Yeah,
Beek was in that team.
they went to Spurs and they beat Spurs 1-0. Came back
Mm.
home, went 2-0 up. I
Yeah.
think
I threw that
Spurs
game
came
away.
back and beat them 4-3.
Yeah.
How'd that happen? Even when he played against us in the Champions League, Mourinho just bossed him around, just had Fellaini bully him. When we won the Europa League, don't forget it
Yeah.
was against his Ajax team. So
Yeah.
he hasn't really proven himself. Let's face it. If you look at someone like Tuchel and stuff, they've managed everywhere else. Arteta, yes, he's proven himself now because he's shown that he can manage in the Premier League. This guy is just not the guy. He just
Right.
needs to go. There's no
So,
coherence. There's no game plan. We look like 11 individuals on the pitch.
yeah. Um, someone said I should ask you guys, what is wrong with Rashford and Dalot today? Kevin, you
Yeah,
want to answer that?
Uh, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, what I think about Marcus Rashford right now, where I said it's the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang syndrome. He got his big contract. Now he only plays when he wants to play. Like I said,
Dalot?
you can't. Dallo, part of me thinks it has a lot to do with Dallo not playing in his natural position.
Yeah, yeah. He's struggling on that left side of the time.
So like that, there's a part of me that thinks that, and there's another part of me that says, doesn't he sometimes play that side for Portugal as well too?
Well, he has better players in front of him in Portugal.
See, I don't agree with that. Did you guys see Dalot?
But no. So, but going back on that, I mean, the way that he got burned on that first
That first
goal
goal.
is
Yeah.
yeah. I don't care. Take the booking there or something because we can't be starting off like that. But
Well, same question to Ken. Rashford and Dalot today. What's the matter?
I think with Dalot, I think he just played in a bad team. If you look at Dalot at AC Milan, he played left back
He's a good
all
player.
through
Dalot's
that
a good footballer.
He was on it at AC Milan. I know it's the Italian league, but he was really good. That's why we brought him back because he went on loan. There was talk about, oh yeah, his career is
Funny
over.
enough,
But
Ole
he got
didn't
to
rate him. Ole did not rate him.
yeah, AC Milan semi-final. Champions League. At left back.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So coming back to United, I just don't. The players are set up to. Okay, let's look at Ugarte today. He was looking like some Cardiff City midfielder. You know what I mean? Look, that's what I'm saying. When there's no system, you can put. You might as well. You can have.
Overrun, bro.
Yeah,
You got overrun.
You can have De Bruyne. Even if we had Haaland today, we wouldn't have done it. I'm telling you that right now. If
quick
we
question.
had Haaland on this pitch, we wouldn't have done anything today.
Yeah,
That's how bad it is.
Did we not buy Ugarte from Cardiff City then?
Ken, when Rashford lost possession,
You
that
haven't asked
first
me the
goal-
question about Dalot and
No,
Rashford yet.
I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You shut it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Ken, people are saying when Rashford lost possession that first goal, he kept jogging forward when the ball has been taken away and they already started to move. What is the problem with this brother?
Right.
Is he
Okay,
well?
I'll
Is
answer
he
that
not
question.
well?
I'll answer the question. Rashford should have tracked back, yes.
100%.
Okay, Tim, but hear me out. How in God's name did we let some defender? Yes, Rashford's messed
All
up.
the way from that high up the field,
Where was everyone else? This is how it's a system issue. Where was everyone? It was the same thing against just on Wednesday against Twente. Remember, the centre back ran all the way through, played the through ball, and they scored. The same thing. Players are running through our midfield like it's M25. For those of you in the US, M25 is one of the biggest motorways in the UK. Yeah, just for the sake of debit.
Busiest highway in the world in the UK.
Yeah,
you get lost on that road quickly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is not the first time that players run through our midfield. So okay, someone makes a mistake, fine. What about the second player? What about the third player? What about the fourth player?
But again, it goes back to like what I was saying earlier before you came in. One thing that I have noticed is by Ten Hag wanting to play Bruno up front with Xerxes, we always have an imbalance in the midfield. and teams are catching on. Spurs caught on to that. In addition to realizing that we cannot play out the back, so you press that and force us into a mistake. And they had us all flustered right from 2 minutes into the match.
2 minutes, mate. And Spurs, they made Spurs look so good. Spurs ain't that good. I'm seriously, they're not great. Son was not even on the team.
And that's what I was gonna say, because like the only reason why the scoreline was even, I guess if you call 3-0 flattering right now, is because they had Timo Werner instead of Son out there.
Yeah,
because Son would have buried those chances.
Oh yeah, it would have been 5 easily. It would have been 5. And the stadium would have been half empty.
Like I said, it's just because Timo Werner did Timo Werner things is why that scoreline was not worse.
Right. Bim, same question to you. Rashford and Dalot today. What is the problem?
Rashford is generally a bad player anyway. I mean, he's, as we all know, and we've talked about it for many years, he's a one-trick pony. Dalot is one of our best performers in the team. His work rate is excellent. He's great at tackling, and he's improved his crossing. The reason Dalot struggled today and other days is because the system lets him down. Footballers, with football, you've got 11 players on the pitch. The ball should be doing the work, not the players. And the best way to get the ball from A to B, which is our goal to their goal, is to pass the ball. And you've got to have options to pass to. If you get the ball and you've got no one to pass to, and you've got to aim for a wild shot or,
and
hope forward and hope that someone receives it, then that's a poor style of football. That's a basic league level social type of football game. If this high level of this caliber of football, you have to have a system whereby you have to have options to pass that ball to, and in transition and getting forward, people have to make themselves available, and they have to be told to make themselves available. And there is no one available to pass the ball to unless someone happens to be standing next to you. And these are the system errors I'm seeing time and time again. That a player picks up the ball and he's looking around, who's there, who wants the ball, and we just keep breaking down our play because there's no players making themselves available for the ball, and this is how they're coached to play. In reverse, when they are attacking, we have to close the gaps in between the players. We have to either man mark and we have to press, and you have to press together, or you have to know when to press. And they don't seem to know when to press. They don't seem to know who to mark. They don't seem to understand, well, what is my job today? Should I be marking this player? Should I be marking this guy? I don't know. And then our defense, our midfield just starts running one way or running the other, and everyone's ball watching. So this is the kind of football they're taught to play, that they almost have to, it's a free-for-all. Go out there, boys, do your best. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a complete breakdown in coaching or communication.
You are very right. I mean,
they don't know what they're doing.
I could see United. I mean, it was the midfield was non-existent. Kobe struggled. Ugarte was very poor today. I felt like, is this the same guy everyone's been talking about?
The savior. Everyone thought he was going to be the savior.
You could bring in the best midfielder in the world, and he's going to fail here under this coaching system we've got. You bring in Rodri, and you'll think, what the hell's going on? You bring in Haaland, and you'll think, where's the ball? Pass me the ball. Everyone's going to fail in this type of football system that we're playing right now, and that's why we need to sack that fool now.
Question time. I'm going to ask the first question. I know what Ken's going to say, but I'll still ask it. Ken, is it time for a change?
Oh, it's the time's already expired. He's on borrowed time. I would make an announcement in the morning. If we want to savage this season, I keep going on about savaging this season. If we want to savage this season,
savage or salvage?
Salvage, sorry.
Oh, salvage.
Not savage. If we want to salvage this season, sorry, let's make an announcement, because leaving this, it's just the season's over.
We did say Christmas. The way he's going, he might not make Halloween. Nah, that's
might not make it. Might not make it the end of next week. The way he's going.
So Kenny said, time to change. Devin, where are you? I know you've been holding tight, trying to believe, praying, hoping, but after today, mate, where do you stand?
So I know I said this in the chat, but I owe everybody who said to hang out earlier an apology, because they were right. I was wrong.
To that point,
I try to hold on, but I have to admit when I'm wrong. I'm not, I mean, like I said, I'm not happy to want a manager sacked
Yeah.
because then that means the team's not doing well.
Mm.
But I don't see Ken is right now. If you want to have any chance now at being in the Champions League next season, either by winning Europa League or by finishing top four, you need to make that change. I have to agree with him now on that one. And the next match is going to be very tough. And the other thing as well you have to think about is if you're going Europa League route, you have to make sure that you're in one of those seeded spots, so you don't go into the playoff and you have to play even more matches then. Because we already know how the players are getting on now about playing more matches, and so you want to continue doing this now? No, it's
Time to go.
It's one of those you put a mess up. You tried your best, thank you very much, but you got to be thinking now. Okay, what team does Ruud van Nistelrooy put out for Thursday for the interim?
Wow, Vim, time to go.
No, I think we should keep him for another 2 years. Mate, I want him gone beginning of I think Christmas last season. I want him gone.
Wow.
And the first season worked okay because we were playing counter-attacking football. The second season he tried to implement his style of football at Ajax and it was failing miserably. But he never went back to the first season style of football.
He said he didn't have the players. He said there were injuries.
Yeah, but then this is why the manager is so inflexible. That if the first season worked, and I was impressed with him in the first season, it was all counter-attacking football. They did a full analysis on how he was playing in the first season, and it was predominantly counter-attacked and playing with wingers and basically holding back deep, trying to win the ball and quick transitions, and using Rashford, using someone else fast to score the goals, and they were effectively becoming clinical because they had practice to do it. Then he threw out that book and he started again with his own AX system, different type of play, possession, keep hold of the ball, let's try and progress the ball forward slowly in phases, and then try and move the team out of position, try and disjoint them, and then get in behind, which is what Pep does. And he couldn't do it, but he persisted with that. And the thing is, a good manager would have noticed, look, I can't do it. I've tried it. I'm going to go back to what worked previously. And if you'd gone back to what worked previously in the first season, I would have said, yes, keep this guy because he's able to see that this new system is not working. Right. And you've got to play to your players' strengths. Right. The other problem was with him is that when he started picking fights with players and started causing disharmony in the dressing room, I'm thinking this is going to be really bad for you because you are picking fights with someone who's supposed to put your arm around. You're supposed to be one big family. Right. The only way the players are going to play for you is if they believe in you and they like you.
Right.
If your players don't like you, your day is done.
Right.
And for me, he made fundamental errors early on. Which I thought this guy is going to fail, and it's only going to get worse for him. So yeah, sorry for the long answer, but
no what? Ken, you're the only one on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you give the team performance today from minute 1 to minute 95, whatever?
0.5.
Same with Vim. Did you guys exchange details?
Yeah, there's a conspiracy.
Gentlemen, any last questions? So we round up.
Tim, what is your view?
I've got a question. Do you think Sancho came back because he thought Ten Hag would be sacked?
Yeah, he probably thought so.
That one I don't know because he didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice. He had to come back regardless.
He's under contract.
Yeah,
he's got to come back to his parent club, but and they tried to I don't know for the cameras mend it. But it was never really mended.
Yeah, it's never mended.
And so then they just it's not going to work.
All preseason games. He played in all the preseason games.
Yeah, but like the other players, they don't believe in him. They don't believe. Sancho's made it quite public, but I've got a feeling the others. I'm sure of it. They don't believe in him. But Tim, what's your view now on all this? You've asked us. What's your view?
Mentally, I've disconnected a long time ago. So I cheer when United win. I'm upset when United lose. Today, I just echoed and remembered what you guys said last week. After watching today, properly watching it, as in looking at the mistakes, just a pattern of play, maybe it's time to really let this guy go. It's just not working. I saw the FC20 game on Wednesday. Wasn't great.
Dreadful.
You know, Crystal Palace, okay, we played well against Crystal Palace. You would expect to build upon that. But you're going backwards again. Like, what the hell? You know?
Remember when I said Crystal Palace was poor? They didn't play well in the first half. It was down to them being poor, not us being good.
But you see,
I think they lost to Everton yesterday as well. So there is some merit.
Crystal Palace lost.
What I mean? Yeah, there's the Crystal Palace.
So if against Porto we play like we played against Crystal Palace and we have dominate possession, then are you willing to give him more time?
But we can't keep doing flash in the pan. You either in or out. You can't play one game well because your season is just going to be a yo-yo, up, down, up, down. Listen, you either play one way and win, or play one way, lose, and we get rid of you and get someone else in. The only thing I'm just going to be upset about is that the new guy who comes in is going to look like, okay, I don't need these players. We're going to have surplus players, have to get rid of. He's going to bring his own players.
He has to know like that coming in. Like, all right, well, this is what you have, and you can't do anything until January, so you have to make do till then. It doesn't matter.
It has to be a sell to buy policy. So if that manager is good, if anyone coming in needs to get rid of Rashford, I'm saying it. They have to get rid of Rashford somehow, or make him, turn him into a sub. He shouldn't be a starter.
He gets paid too much though.
He's one of the players that has been through all the managers that have failed. No, it's true. You need to look at the root cause. When things are happening, sometimes one has to look at the root cause, right?
For Van Gaal, yes. For Van Gaal,
Rangnick, he's been through all the managers that failed. So what's that? What does that tell you? And that's where ETH failed woefully.
Has Rashford ever won the Premier League?
No chance.
Never.
Nowhere near.
The only person in the squad who has it, I think, is Evans, who won it at United.
Yeah.
You can't win the league with people like Rashford in the team. No chance.
I think he's the only one that has a Premier League title. Actually,
Rashford has 2 FA Cup and 2 Carabao Cup medals.
But Evans has the mentality of the old team as well, where
he also has a
never say die. Never say die.
Yeah.
So Rashford is on. I mean, I got this from the Sun. I don't know how accurate it is, but Rashford's on 325 a week. Bruno got a renewed contract at 325. Casemiro is now our top earner at 375, and Sancho's off our books. Mason Mount, who's plays as many games as Luke Shaw, it seems, maybe 1 or 2 more. He's on 250 grand a week.
Yeah.
And then Anthony's our 5th highest. Yeah, and Anthony's our 5th highest earner. And he is a bench warmer at 200,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw 150 grand.
The Anthony one is a sackable offense on its own.
But Ten Hag is responsible for that.
£84 million of assets.
Yeah, he's the one that pushed to sign him.
When the value of Anthony was 33 million thereabouts, Ten Hag pushed for it, saying, "No, I want this guy," because he had success with him, and they paid 3 times the value. What's Anthony's value now?
About
25 million.
If that.
But there's so many sackable offenses now.
Sorry, is anybody watching the Madrid derby as well?
No.
Madrid and Atletico and Real?
Yeah. No, I was just saying, like, they're using that automated offside thing right now.
How does that work?
So
the Champions League one.
No, it's like the thing they use in the World Cup. You remember they had that like invisible like wall thing, and it could determine if someone's inside or offside.
Right.
So I was looking at that now, and I was like, because I did that, and I'm like, if they had the Premier League like with that, if they had that in the Premier League, that goal that just scored would have been called offside, but they used that to show the guy was like marginally onside.
Right.
Ken, you gotta rotate here.
And anyone questions? Anyone got questions? Any last questions?
Right. Options.
Right. Okay.
No, you go. I'll go after you.
What would you all do differently on Thursday?
What would we all do differently?
New coach.
Well, obviously.
New system. New diet. New way of playing. New goal. I'd give the other goalkeeper a chance. Just bench. Yeah, I'd like to see him play. I thought that even through this Europa League competition or Carling Cup, that he would get a chance.
Right.
He's not getting any chances.
He did play. He did play in the 7-0.
He played in the Carabao Cup.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he played the 7-0 beating of Barnsley. He played.
How good was Van Nistelrooy at PSV as a coach?
I don't even know, I think he did well.
He was all right. He was all right. I wouldn't give him the job full time. And that's why people are saying give it to Van Nistelrooy. The season's just started.
Yeah,
So it's a long
It's a
season to bring
long
it
season.
to have a caretaker manager. It's
It's a long
just a
season,
long.
mate.
If we're in
If
we're
we're
in
in January,
January,
yeah.
yeah, maybe.
We're not even we haven't even hit October as of today.
Yeah.
We haven't hit October.
So the problem is that you need to get a manager who's not in work at the moment, because it's quite complicated to get someone out of their club in season.
Yeah.
So Tuchel is available, but he's not happy with certain things.
So Southgate is available.
Please
Stop.
no.
Stop.
Please
No.
no.
Stop.
No.
Don't even say it as a joke. Don't.
Yeah. Solskjaer apparently wants the job.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you read it?
Yeah. So
I
so
read
I was
that.
like, yeah, if they came back, I'd take it again.
Yeah. Of course you
How
would. No one's
dare you.
hired
Their
him since he
status as a
left.
legendary player, please.
Yeah. Do you know he's not had a job since he got sacked from Man United?
I know, right?
I think he turned down a couple actually.
He wanted the USA job, I think he did, or a club in USA. I think he said he wanted to manage a team in USA. I don't know what team it was, but he's not had the job since he left United. That says a lot, mate.
Yeah.
And he wants to come back? Hell no.
Mate, he'd take any job. He'd take the Cardiff City job.
Yeah. I mean, look at the young guy who's managing Southampton. I mean, the guy managing Bournemouth now. These young guys, they play some good football. Like,
that's why I want Amorim, Ruben Amorim at
from
Sporting.
Does he want us though?
He was Liverpool's second choice.
No, but does he want Man United though? That's the thing.
I'm sure he will. We've got a good relationship with Portugal as a country.
Yeah,
I mean,
but the manager has
Sporting, yeah.
But any manager that we select has got to want this job.
Yeah,
he has.
If he doesn't want this job, then his heart's not going to be in it.
Yeah, that's true.
But what a chance, though. Ruben Amorim is only 39. You know, we're talking he's the new, looking at Arteta, Arsenal. He's actually better in my opinion. I think he's a better coach than Arteta.
But he's gonna bring some of his sporting players.
But he already has one. He already has Ugarte. He brought through Ugarte at Sporting. So he's got one there. He knows Bruno from Sporting. Bruno came through the academy. He was part of the academy as well. He already knows one or two players. And he has a clear style of play.
Then you just start looking at him. Will Sporting let him go at this time of the season?
That's the big question.
How much compensation will we need to pay for that?
At this point, let's pay anything for the right guy. If we know this is the right guy, just pay anything and get him.
Where are they in the league in Portugal? Are they top of the table?
Sporting,
second. Sorry, they're first. They're top of the table.
Top. I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Porto's in second place, and they've won 4. Yeah, they won 4 out of 5 games.
Wow.
Porto, the last 4. Last 4 out of 5 games they've won.
So,
I mean,
what's your predicted score? Go on, Devin.
I mean, realistically, what I would like to see happen, realistically, Ten Hag, thanks, but goodbye. Van Nistelrooy is in for these 2 matches over the international break. You go all out for trying to get that Sporting guy or Tuchel, and hopefully earlier than not, so that way at least you have the international break to kind of acclimate some of the players, and then come back from there, and then you have the rest of the season, and you see what happens.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Right.
Yeah.
Did De Zerbi take another job, by the way?
Marseille.
He went to Marseille.
So he's managing Mason Greenwood now.
Yeah, he's Greenwood's manager. Yeah. And they're flying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good on him.
Wow, you should. Paddy Power have got their odds out now on the next manager.
I think Southgate's the favorite, actually.
Oh, please, no.
No, he won't. Southgate said he's not ready anyway. He said he wanted
Southgate would destroy this.
He will say that now. If they offer it, he'll take it.
You know how we complain about being like defensively too, like not attacking a lot already. If you brought him in, it would be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Because I still say, like, I still argue Southgate should have won the 2020 Euro final if he didn't go defensive from the 3rd minute.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Any last question? Right, let me ask this. Our next game is Porto. Vim, any predicted score that may make?
So I predicted a loss today. and I
Yes.
predict a loss against Porto. Teams that are in form, forget it, we ain't got no chance. Teams that play good football, we ain't got a chance. Teams that gel well together, we ain't got a chance because we don't have any of those.
Right.
One guy we haven't never spoken about, and I really do like the manager, but he won't come to United, is Thomas Frank. I don't know what
Where
you
is
guys think
he?
of Thomas Frank. He's at
He's
Brentford.
he's doing
He's a
he's
good
doing a great
manager.
job at Brentford.
Yeah, he's
Very
good.
underrated in terms of his standing, elite managers. But his football is great. Do you know in the last 3 matches, his team have scored a goal in the first minute.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
The
ping it around.
crazy part is they lost Ivan Toney and they're still doing that. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to give
Yeah.
credit to everything
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Right. That's
The
good.
So
question
he-
is though, can he step up? Can he step up to a big club?
United is a beast. It's a completely
United
different
is a beast.
expectations.
You'd be swallowed if you're not.
It's
What's his nationality?
Danish.
Danish, yes.
Danish. So,
So,
you see, when these
Eriksen-
players,
They'll get the
when-
full British treatment then. Yeah.
when these players do well
Full
in these
British
small
treatment.
clubs, when they get
You
these,
ever
when
notice
these
like how they
players-
treat the foreign managers over the English managers?
Yeah, there's a bias always. There's more pressure on the foreign managers than the English managers. But the thing I'll say is this: if a manager comes, they always come from these nice small clubs that do well, right?
Mhm.
They come to United. It's a completely different. The expectation, the pressure from the press,
It's the size of the club, yeah.
the size of the club. It's like going from driving a nice brand new Ford Focus. You know the car, you won Formula One with the Ford Focus. Then I say, okay, here's a Ferrari. Like, okay, where's the manual for this? That's the problem. It's completely different. Even they're going to still run the Ferrari on the same track you run the Ford Focus and won all the races with. But the Ferrari, which is Man United, is so monstrous and so much pressure. Everyone's like, okay, let's see where you're going to last. The pressure's already there the minute you walk through the door.
Correct.
Expectations. Okay, Ten Hag could leave United now. Say, you know what? The last 2 managers didn't win a trophy. I won 2 trophies. It's on my resume. I get it. But
Yeah.
Premier League is your everyday bread and butter
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Are we just now a cup team whereby
Yes.
knockout? That's where we are. But we want to be a team. I'm not saying fight for the league title, but at least put in some fight. Come
So
on.
fine.
That's it.
You know? I don't think we'll be a cup
accumulated
team
at
this
home
year
to
as well.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
If Ten Hag stays, I think we'll lose that cup team tag as well, because I think we'll be dreadful in the cups, because I can't see him doing any. I think this season he's just going to be found out. You know? Yeah. I think the cup run will be ended this year. We saw in the Europa League, we're nowhere near winning that.
That was poor.
Yeah, nowhere
Did
near.
you see the look on the faces of Omar Barada?
During the game, right?
Was it Wilcox? Who's the other
during the
guy?
game,
Dan
right?
Ashworth? Yeah.
During the
Did you
game.
see the look on their faces? I think even
Yeah,
after the
the
first
camera
goal.
just panned that just put them, all of them in the suits like.
What,
They
today?
look-
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
today
Oh,
they
okay.
panned on them once or twice, and they look
Yes.
miserable as hell. Thinking, what
That's
the
good.
hell is
That's
this
a good
football?
sign. I'm
the
happy
suits
that
and the red ties
and
all
these-
matching.
These guys are good at their job.
Of course.
Very good at their job. Do you know, seriously, if they're even considering keeping this Ten Hag for any longer, then there's other powers keeping him there, because these guys now run the show effectively. And so Jim Ratcliffe, there's no way could he be accepting this type of
No,
football.
three consecutive 3-0 losses
Yeah.
at home. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Acceptable, mate. That
So
is
they've
not
got to
good.
be weighing up their options.
Spurs are not Liverpool. You know what was funny? Sri Lanka, who scored for Spurs, he played for Bournemouth last season and scored 2 when they beat us 3-0. So he's been on 3-0.
So he scored 3 goals in 2 games against us
with
at
2
Old
different
Trafford.
teams and got the same result at
Wow.
Old Trafford.
So we're
Wow.
pretty easy to beat. That means
Yeah,
we're very
we're the-
easy to beat.
We're the whooping boys in the league. Everyone,
Just
even
cut the ball into the
Jamie,
box.
like
And
Jamie
look at-
Redknapp said, if you need confidence, just go to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Look at
yeah,
don't forget Mazzari. He took a ball nearly off the line when that Spurs guy was just ready to tap the ball in.
Yes.
That would have been goal number 4. I mean,
Yeah.
nah, mate. I'm ready for a change if this is where we are going, because I can't do this every week. It's too much.
Yeah. The thing is, with Timo Werner playing on the left, he was pretty bad.
He
He was
bad.
pretty one of
If
the
he
worst
could
players
finish,
for.
if you could finish,
If
if that was Son,
Yeah.
That's exactly
Stadium
what I
would
said
have been
earlier too. Yeah.
stadium would have been empty at halftime. I'm telling you, people would have gone home. Like,
Oh, that's the other thing as well. So the fans are walking out at, I think, the 75th, 76th minute.
yeah, after the
Fans are
third
just
goal.
walking out. You can see streams of them walking out. Did you see how empty the stadium was at the end of the game?
It's shocking when like I don't know if you guys could hear it on your broadcast. When you're hearing literal chants of sacked in the morning, clear as
Yeah.
a
Oh,
broadcast.
yes.
And then
Opposition fans.
the last 20 minutes, and all you could hear was you're fucking shit.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
really you heard that?
damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
No
clear. It
way.
was
You're
clear.
didn't hear that.
effing shit. You're effing shit.
Wow.
You're effing
Yeah,
shit.
no, like
You're
closing your
effing
ass today.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ouch. That's
And
bad.
that's
You
what's
man.
going on
imagine.
with Trafford like that. Like, and
United, for
it sounds
United
like the
fans,
entire stadium is singing it too. So
for
like
That's
that,
United
good.
fans to get to that point, they've had enough.
Yeah.
They've had
And
enough.
it's good that the management are all there to hear it.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
said when Spurs scored the third goal, you saw that guy celebrating. I said, you know what? That's lights out, mate. And Ten Hag standing in the rain in the lonely guy. I said, you know what?
Shaking his head. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what have you actually done throughout the week? You had you had a bad result on Wednesday. You
Spurs
should have been
played on
coming in on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Spurs played on Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. They should have been coming in on Thursday morning in the training ground thinking, how did we not win that game? First game of the season, Europa League. You want to start where we haven't. We've got a huge game, a chance to put it right against Spurs. Come on, guys, let's do this. Everyone should have come to that game flying, but we turned up to the game like, we just
Every
like
time I
a
close
bunch
my
of
eyes,
9 to 5 guys have just decided to kick around on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. It's just madness.
I don't like picking on Rashford. Every time I close my eyes right now, I see
that
him
guy.
running, he losing the ball, and still keep running without the
Yep.
ball, and they take the ball and
Yep.
they make a goal. Like, where
Yep.
are you
Forrest,
going? Where
Forrest
are you
Gump.
going?
Forrest Gump.
We can run.
I mean,
Run,
who
Rashford,
does that?
run.
I mean, but like Ken said, where are the other players to break that pass? That guy ran from his 18-yard area all the way down there, cut the ball, and they scored. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
man. Nah, that's schoolboy error. That's not good enough. No, that's not good enough. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah.
Madness.
All right, guys, gentlemen.
yeah,
Any last
Yeah.
questions? Are we good to go?
yeah.
Well, I
Good to
mean, have a
go.
nice week. It's not the great week, but we got Porto this week, right? On Wednesday.
Yeah,
Wednesday,
Thursday.
yeah, remember,
Ah,
Wednesday,
Thursday.
Thursday.
boy.
Thursday. Away from home.
Ouch.
Mm.
And you said
Yeah, yeah.
they're flying in the league at the moment in the league.
Yeah. So
second.
guys, please pray for a Porto win. Sorry, a Porto loss because the next day is my birthday and I want to go into it in good spirits.
Come on,
Okay.
Devin, be realistic.
I never
yeah?
pray for United.
It's not going to happen.
I never pray for United to lose.
I think you need to
never
start
pray
preparing
them
for
to
yourself
lose.
for now that it's not going to happen.
I never
If
pray for United
ETH
to
is
lose.
in charge,
regardless.
we definitely lose.
Yeah.
We'll
I always want
definitely lose
United
that
to win,
game.
even if it's a five-a-side game. I always want United to win. But if they get beat, and like I said, I'm mentally disconnected from my mental health. You get
Everyone
beat.
has.
How-
I think the fans as well. If you look at the reaction from the fans, everyone was just looking like, okay, well, we're used to this now, like no one was upset because normally people are, getting upset,
Yeah,
shouting.
yeah.
Everyone was just looking like, well, this is how the
I
world
think
is.
a lot of people are
They
still in
just-
shock, mate. I think it'll hit them when they look at the newspaper back pages tomorrow, like thrashed at home by Spurs. Okay, mate. Right, gentlemen, it's
And
been an
it
absolute
didn't. It
pleasure.
felt like a slightly weakened Spurs team as well. It wasn't like
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
best
Without
11.
Son is
Yeah.
the best player. He didn't
Mm.
play. I thought we even had a better chance.
Yeah,
Was I
exactly.
fooling myself, eh?
Yeah. How old are you going to be on Friday, Devin?
Sorry, what happened?
How old are you going to be?
Oh, your birthday this week, Richard.
Yeah,
It's birthday on Friday, right?
yeah, correct.
Friday.
So
He's going to be
I am
35.
34.
I missed
34.
him. He's a young lad. He's still got a lot. He's still got a lot of time.
All right, am I the youngest one in here?
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
That was obvious. Right, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. I want to let the UK crew thank you very much. I know it's late for you guys in UK. That's why I had to rush this
Yeah.
quick. Thank you so much, Ken, Mr. Fortress.
No
Unfortunately,
worries.
Old Trafford is no more Fortress,
Far from
unfortunately. And Vim analyzing, I appreciate you, my globetrotting ambassador, Devin. I
Devin.
wish you a happy birthday in advance. Hopefully,
Yes.
Yeah, happy birthday,
in
Devin.
advance.
hopefully,
Thank you.
happy birthday for you, and hopefully we get a result against Porto. From all of us, goodbye and good night. Glory,
Good night.
glory.
Man United.
See you guys on the
Man
next one.
United.
Hey, guys.
Yes.
Take
Bye.
care.